Hello and welcome from Dave M0OGY to the review of the Quansheng UV-K5 99 transceiver. Now, I have shown this radio before, the standard version, which is to your left. That's the UV-K5-8, which is the mask version. Now, I bought that one direct from China over a year ago, about December 2023, and I've had some good results with it. Whilst it was very cheap at just £10, it's still working superbly. The battery holds its charge for a long period of time, so I've not had any issues with that one. So why do you ask, I'm showing this radio again? Well, this is a new version which has a added circuit board inside the radio, so it enables it for full HF reception. So it's basically got a piggyback board on the circuit board. So what happens, this is, I'll tell you where it's come from for a start. So this is marketed by a gentleman called Rex, whose amateur radio call sign is Golf 8 Uniform Bravo Juliet. He's here in England, and he's done some very good YouTube videos also, so look him up on this radio and in modifying it. So the circuit board that he adds is his own, and it's called a Rettox 2024 version 3. And what happens, you have to basically strip the transceiver down, remove a chip which is for the FM broadcast band, and add this small circuit board in place of that. So you gain a lot and lose very little. So it still works on the amateur bands, on the VHF and UHF bands on 2 meters and 70 centimeters where it's intended. So there's not much to lose. So Rex can sell these to you. He has informed me. There's various versions of this radio. Now, inside the guts of these radios are all the same, other than one version has a blue screen with a larger battery. So you've got the UV-5R Plus, which is that one with a blue screen and a larger battery. There's the UV-K5-8, which is the mask version to your left. There's also the UV-K5-99, which this one is, which is in grey. If you look at each side, there's 2 little wings. These are grey, and there's also a version available in the same design with them wings in red, blue or yellow. So if you want something a bit more brighter and garish, you can buy that. So if you want this radio, I will put a link to Rex's email below where to buy it from, but he's selling them fully modified as they come, new units. He's modded them with a new board and everything and tested them, and they're actually just £39.76, and that does include UK tracked delivery. Now if you do buy further items, get them as a bundle, you want 2 or 3, the price lowers to £37.76 each. So really, for less than 40 quid fully modded, it's a bit of a no-brainer. You can do it yourself if you're competent with a soldering station, but it's quite a fiddly job. And if you look at Rex's videos online, he does show you how to modify this. It's something I certainly won't be attempting anyway. So the circuit board, I'll show you. It's fitted with the Rettox version 3 PCB. Now this is a new board that has an added amplifier for the AF, so it's got stronger audio, because the earlier circuit board, which didn't have that, it had quite low volume on single sideband. But the new board, I'll try and show you, it's stood in front of the radio. Little green circuit board. Now this board was sent to me with the radio to show you but it hasn't got any components on it, it's just a blank PCB. So that's the board that fits inside. Try and get it in focus, it's minute. There you go. So that's the board. I'll try and get it up without dropping the damn thing. There you go. That's a circuit board, which is fitted in. There is a large chip on your right and there's a smaller one on your left with quite a number of components. So that's what's added, and then you take the original one out, the original chip out, and this is added in place of that. You know, you have to solder it in and everything, so it's a bit fiddly, and it's all, you know, surface mount SMT components. You know, you can hardly see some of them, so you need a magnifier, etc. Right, so that's what the mod is. I'll show you. If you can see the screen, it's actually, the screen's gone off, but you can see it's set at 7.1 megahertz, so the 40 meter amateur band at the moment. So what comes in the box? Well, like any other Quansheng you buy, that's the box in the background. It does come with a standing charger, which has the typical American double pin on the back, so you have to, you know, buy a UK 3-pin adapter, so don't forget that. There's a belt clip and a lanyard, the small 2 meter and 70 centimeters antenna, the rubber duck style antenna, and then to your further right there's the original handbook, but a very thorough and interesting sheet that he sends you, so you can, it explains how to get into all the menus. It's really thorough, so you know, big thumbs up for that. Right, so accessories you can buy. Well, if you can see in the background there's a green bag, well that's the Abri antenna, which is a 20, well it's marketed actually as a 10 meter antenna, but at the bottom it says 27 megahertz. So it's a telescopic, multi-section telescopic antenna. You can buy that, and I strongly recommend you have this for, you know, better HF reception. He sells that one at £10, and there also is a larger 270 antenna, I think it is, which is similar to the standard design but a lot longer, and I think that's only £5, so we're not talking big money for any of this. So yeah, once it's modded, well, before you get it, it's flashed with a firmware needed, which is CEC 0.51 HF firmware, so it needs that to work correctly. That's the current one anyway. So yeah, as I said, the little circuit board has a built-in audio amp. You couldn't, if you feel up to modding this yourself and you have your own radio and you want to have a go, you can actually buy the PCB direct from him for £12.76, so a bit over a tenner. Or if you send him your radio, he will do the mod and send it back to you for £15.76. So we're talking, you know, pretty much pocket money really for any of this. So yeah, I'll try and show you what's on it and how you get into the menu. So yeah, I'll try and get it in front of the camera. Let's see. So when you turn the radio on, it boots up in the 270. It's receiving so much there. 270 mode. So if you want to go into HF, if I remember right, you press that one, it says wait, there you go, and it's straight onto HF. So you just basically press the FM button, and then, you know, you can press it again. I think, is it that one? I'm trying to think which one it is. Yeah, press the bottom one. There you go. So that shows you all the different bands. You know, it's showing what we got there. Low frequency. You know, all the ham bands, 80 meters. You can just program it in, and it takes you to, and then turn it back off. Welcome. It tells you the firmware at the bottom, as it does with all these radios. Seems to be receiving something on 70 centimeters. So that's it really. Certainly recommend it. It only actually receives on the HF bands, and one thing it does add, which is, you know, if you're into 2 meters, it actually does add single sideband transmission to 2 meters. As I'm sure you're very aware, this radio, people have fudged it to operate on various bands on HF, and it causes lots of problems and sprogs and low power. Now there is a modification out there to open this up correctly for 11 meters for the CB band. This obviously, this modification that I'm showing you today is nothing to do with that, so I don't think this will work on 11 meters how it is, because it won't. It'll receive on there, and it receives on there very well, so and especially with the 27 meg antenna. So as a receiver you've got no issues, but it won't transmit. But yeah, there is a mod. I've seen the file for it. It's really extensive. You have to alter all the filtering, all sorts in the PA stage to make it work, and I have seen a number of videos on YouTube of various people working mega distances on 11 meters on them. So with that mod, it's hardly, in my opinion, hardly worthwhile. It's, you know, long overdue that someone launched a single sideband citizens band radio, 11 meter radio again. There is the Albrecht version, and there was originally, I used to own one, a Magnum 1012 was it? A 1012 radio, but you know, they keep launching all these AM and FM handheld radios. That's superb. They need to add SSB, but anyway, that's on another note. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Look out for Rex's videos. He's certainly, you know, more up on how to do this than me. I've just got this one, and I thought I'd show you it all. You know, I've been very impressed. Some of the, you know, things I've received on it. You can get an adapter obviously for the antenna socket. I've seen various people modify them and put an external antenna socket in. They look a bit rough to me. I don't think that's a very good idea. They basically put one in where the torch bulb is. But yeah, you can get an adapter and just run, you know, like an end-fed wire antenna or a vertical or whatever. So, and then it really does pull in the signals. So I hope you've enjoyed that one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Best 73 from Dave, M0 OGY 26 Alpha Tango 025. Bye bye.